here now at episode 2, and I'm so excited. Thank you for everyone who tuned in or supported the first episode of the 20 Somethings podcast. It is very much appreciated. But without further ado, let's get straight into episode number 2. Today's episode is going to be titled, What is Dating? So the other day, I asked a couple questions on my Instagram. I asked, what is dating to you? Best/worst dating experience? How is dating today? And then I asked a second set of questions, which was, what are your non-negotiables? What is the biggest age gap in a relationship that you can tolerate? And then the last question was, are you a good person to date? Why or why not? And I asked the people to be extremely honest about who they are. So we're going to go ahead and dive into some of the answers I got, and then I'm going to give a little insight on what dating is for me and how it's been going. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm only going to do, like I said, a few questions from each category because I had so many responses and I don't want to bore y'all with reading off everything. So I'm going to try to find like 2 to 3 ones that are not like parallel, because some people were saying the same thing. So to not be redundant, so the first question was, what is dating to you? Someone said dating, talking to multiple people or not being tied down to just one until you find your person and you settle. Okay, that's what I feel dating is. It's like I might potentially, I'm trying to see if this is something I want to do like longer, or you know what I mean? Are you someone I potentially may like? It may not turn into a relationship, it may turn into a friendship, it may not be anything at all, but I'm just learning different people and learning what I like. So I could agree with that. But like in contrast, another person said getting to know someone and exclusively just getting to know that person only. So that's like the polar opposite of what I personally think dating is. Because for me, if I'm dating, someone asks, are you dating? I'm going to say, yeah, I'm dating. But that I'm not saying I'm in a relationship. I'm saying I'm putting myself out there and I'm getting to know different people. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to explore my options. I'm not necessarily looking to be tied down. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I had a partner, what qualities would I like? You know what I mean? Like, everything doesn't have to result in a relationship, in my opinion. So, yeah. So that was question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, what's worst/best dating experience? And it's so sad because I got so many answers about the worst dating experience. It was just like, where is the good experiences? What are y'all out here doing? Why is it so hard to just be nice and genuine to people? And if you want to show somebody, like, that you care, like, why is it such like a taboo? But let's get into it. I digress. So this one in particular had me cracking up, so I'm going to read that one first. This is the worst dating experience. She says, it was Valentine's Day and this man is supposed to be taking me on a date. He gets to my house late. That's number 1. I hate that. And it's him, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend. I'm irritated because why do I have to double date on Valentine's Day? I felt that, sis, because we're grown. Like, please. As my Valentine's Day gift, he gives me a small bear wearing his clothing line shirt. The shirt was an extra small, so I couldn't even wear it. Like, what? I'm mad AF because I'm grown as heck. What the F am I going to do with a teddy bear? It was such a thoughtless and last minute gift to me. Anyways, he's sitting on the couch drunk. First of all, why are you already inebriated before we even go on our date for Valentine's Day? That's the first problem for me. Like, what were you doing all day on Valentine's Day to already be drunk? And then you finally come to get me. And then when you finally come to get me with a group of people. Okay, well, I digress. Let me keep reading because I'll get caught in a tangent. So, we get to the restaurant and the alcohol at this point has taken over. He keeps laying his head down on the table, laying all over me, and I kept pushing him off of me. I'm irritated as heck, y'all. This MFer proceeds to tell us he's about to lay on the floor of the restaurant. Like, no, buddy, go home. Like, at this point, take me home. His brother's girlfriend is like, stop, you're going to ruin the night. Because sis already knew the vibes. He then replies, the night is already ruined. All sloppy. I was so done. Girl, I commend you for even getting to that dinner, because I think if it was me, I would have called it a wrap. Once he came to my house drunk, that would have threw me off immediately because it's just like, first of all, it's Valentine's Day. You knew you were going to spend time with me. If we're supposed to be dating. And it's like, why did you show up already drunk? Like, huh? What are you doing? And then, do you smell good or do you smell like alcohol? You know what I mean? Like, so many things. And then it's like, I feel you. It would have been like the teddy bear was, because you're not going to twist my sister's words around, my girl's words. The teddy bear wasn't the issue. It was more of, I know you just ran to Walmart or Dollar Tree and got this teddy bear, and then you call yourself gifting me a product of yours, but then in return, I can't even fit the product. Just too thoughtless, just too careless. It's so easy to just put a little bit of thought into things, and it's like, let me really back, so I'm gonna get caught on tangent again. Anyway, another worst dating experience that I received. Someone said, started off good, but by the end, he was super drunk. With all these men not knowing how to handle their liquor. I hate that. And started talking to me crazy. Driving the wrong way to take me back to my car and got mad when I told him. Finally get to my car and he wanted to argue with me about going home with me. Shaking my head. Text me the next day like nothing happened. Oh my God, please do not do that. Please do not act the fool and show your true colors and then proceed to hit me up the next day as if I don't remember what happened, as if I was the one who was drunk, or just anything of that nature. I cannot. That is like a pet peeve for me. If you do something to me or do something that was like completely out of line and then you try to like brush past it like it never happened, I am not that person who was going to just sweep it on the rug. I'm going to literally look at you and be like, excuse me, do you not remember how you were just acting? Like, I'm going to bring it up. I'm that person. So yeah. Okay, so let me try to find a good one because there really wasn't a lot of good ones. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, guys, can y'all please step y'all's like dating games up because I don't like that my girlies had nothing good to say. Let me see. Oh my God! Someone said I was dating someone who had a girlfriend but didn't know at all. I hate the whole double life thing. Kills me. Just be single. Like, no one put a gun to your head and said, oh, be in this relationship. Just be single. If you're gonna cheat, if you don't want to be monogamous, don't. But you don't have to cheat on someone and emotionally drain them because you don't really know what you want. Like, it's, yeah. Anyways, been there, done that, never doing it again. Okay. Best dating experience is always in the beginning, I feel. Of course, I've only had one relationship, so I cannot really say the best or the worst. Okay, that's fair. And then I feel like I had one person say that they had a good one. Let me try to find it, y'all. Let me try to find it. Okay. Someone said, best dating experience, I met my boy best friend. That's beautiful. Dang, I swear. Okay, another person, their best dating experience was the person was very attentive, they were caring, they just wanted to understand me without judgment and understanding to schedule. That was a really good one, sis. Like, attentiveness, yes, and then understanding to schedule. Because, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this podcast, I'm going to give y'all a story time. And it just reading her response just sparked it back up into my brain. So yeah, so that was question number 2. Question number 3 was, how is dating now? And I'm honestly not even going to go too deep into this question because everybody pretty much said it's terrible. Every answer was like, it sucks, it's butt crack, dating is very much not understanding or yet comprehended. It's not a standard anymore. Dating is horrible. It's very transactional. Those were like all the answers I was getting. It was never like, oh, dating is fun. Dating has been so good to me. It's just been trash. And that is so sad to me. That's so sad. Now on to the second set of questions. The second set of questions were, again, what are your non-negotiables? What is the biggest age gap you could tolerate in a relationship? And are you a good person to date? Why or why not? So let's start with the non-negotiables. I had one guy respond, and he said that a non-negotiable for him was not being able to cook or clean or not good with kids, and that you had to have at least one of the 3, preferably 2. That was from a guy. Um, Someone said their non-negotiable is not being able to communicate, lying, and not making that person a priority. I can understand that. Another person said their non-negotiables was not being consistent. Another person said no career plans, no motivation, can't make relationship goals, selfish, scared to live. That one I felt. Like, I really felt that one because I feel like I've had like 2 relationships in my life where I felt like this man has no ambition or has no goals. And you don't get me wrong, you can help someone, you could try to motivate, like you may be able to come into someone's life and spark something in them, but you cannot want something more than the other person wants it for themselves. Like that saying that you can lead the horse to the water but you cannot make it drink, that is so real. And it's so funny, me and my best friend were just talking about this. Like, a man would literally get with you and try to dumb you down or try to like lessen your standards or try to like conform you to his lifestyle because he knew when he met you that you were up here but he may have been down here. So now he's trying to get your vibration to come down at his level, and now everything that you wanted is out the window. Your whole lifestyle, how you look, how you dress. Like, maybe you used to be more of a social butterfly, now you're super introverted in the house. It's like, that's why I can't be with someone who is non-motivated, has no career plans, and cannot, and is selfish and scared to live. So whoever said that, you hit the nail on the head, because that is something I cannot do. Like, I always say, like, people ask me am I dating, and I'm like, it'd be nice to date and stuff like that, and you think you're in a relationship, but I really feel like my life is on the up and up right now, and I know the direction I'm about to head, and it's like, do I really even want to have somebody attached to me while I'm on my up and up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and not saying that and like I'm not trying to be arrogant, but it's like I need all this energy that I have and all this time I have to be focused on what I got going on. I really can't drag you along unless you're like for the, you know what I'm saying, the bigger picture, then maybe. But even still, it's like we have to, our mindsets have to align. Like, where we want to be at in life have to align. And now that I have a kid, I'm very, very, very particular about the type of people I'm going to have in my life, because that is my world. But again, here I go, I'm rambling. Let me move on. There was another person who had a really good non-negotiable on here, and I need to find it because I was just like, yes. Okay. They said their non-negotiable for them is disrespect or thinking you're going to get sexual intercourse out of me, and we are dating and not married, period. I like someone around my... Oh, sorry, I'm going into the other question. Let's rewind it back. Non-negotiable for me is disrespect or thinking you're going to get sexual intercourse out of me, and we are not dating and not married, period. I know that's right. I feel like a lot of men feel so entitled to like sex. Like, you know what I mean? And it's honestly disturbing. Honestly, so disturbing. And I don't think a lot of men realize just how rapey they come off when they say certain things, or just how like predator-ish they may sound and seem. And it's just like everybody wants to say, oh, that's just men, or that's just the nature. And it's like, at some point, have some self-restraint. Like, you look creepy. Like, you think, oh, you're taking me out on a date, that means, I'm obligated, like she's coming over, I'm coming to her house after, or whatever the case may be. Like, even if that's a thought in your head, okay, that's the thought in your head. But to really be like upset or disrespect a female because things didn't go the way you wanted it to go is just like beyond me, and that makes you look like a predator. Like, I don't care what anybody says. If you feel entitled to a woman's body, you are a predator. Period blank. That's how I feel. So moving on. The second question to the second set was, what is the biggest age gap you could tolerate in a relationship? And this is one that gets me, because I have some girlies who love, and some guys, but some girlies who love an older man, and I just not into it. At least not yet. It's just not my thing. So, One person said 2 years max. Okay, I could do 2 years. I could do over 2 years. I think the largest gap I've ever done was like 4, maybe 5. Yeah. Okay. Someone said the biggest gap they could do is 15 to 20 years. Whew. Okay. They said not too close to my parents' age because they 44 and yes, all ages will try it. Low key, I'm confused because if your highest age gap is from 15 to 20 years, but then you turn around and say not close to my parents' age because they're 44, it makes me wonder how old you are because I'm 24, right? My mom will be 44 here soon. We're only 20 years apart. So if you're doing a 15 to 20 year age difference, I'm a little confused. It seems like you do want them to be around your parents' age. But, I digress. So then another person said 5 years. I think that's like comfortable for me too. Like I'm 24. I don't think I would go over 30. I don't think I would. Especially, it's like I know I have a kid, but I couldn't do like 30 and multiple kids. I'm not gonna lie to you. It just no. Maybe like 1, 2 the most, but like no, that's it. Someone else said, where is the one someone gave me a really good answer, and I was just like, okay, period. They said, okay, somebody said, my biggest age gap has been 25 years. I've actually dated someone in their 50s. Like, I just don't think I could do it in my 20s. I don't think I could date someone in their 50s. I just think I would just be like, I don't know. But I'm not I just want to put this out there. I'm not judging anybody who does. 100% not judging you. I'm just saying for me, I just think I would be looking at the situation like it's weird. Like, I would just think it's weird. Because for one, outside of how I look, why are you so enamored in me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have as much wisdom. I don't have as much life experience. And I feel like sometimes, obviously I'm just speaking, even for women too, men and women, when they're older and they see someone younger, it's like they want to give you that experience in a way. Like, they want to introduce you to certain things. But I feel like that's like a part of, like, not groom because we're not adolescents, but like, I don't know how to explain, like, how, not authority over you, but just some type of, like, I am older, like, so I'm gonna introduce you to certain things, and it's just, like, I don't like that. It's, like, it gives me, like, bro, you're not trying to be like my grandma or my grandpa or my dad or something. I'm not into that. So, yeah, but, I know some girls who live their best life with their old men, and that's just what it is, period. So, yeah. Oh, no, there was one I wanted to circle back around with the non-negotiable. Someone said someone who is like mad aggressive is a non-negotiable, and I 100% understand that. I do not like men who try to intimidate women. If you hit women, domestic violence is not a joke, anything of that nature. So all red flags, ladies, stay clear and stay safe. Once the person shows you who they are from the gate, believe them. So, and the last question was, are you a good person to date? Why or why not? And be honest. So, someone said, I do believe that I'm a good person. I have my moments like every human being, but I do see a counselor and I talk to them. Since I'm in school for counseling, that has truly changed me because I'm looking back on situations like, okay, yeah, I definitely was wrong. Being able to own up to things is good, but making sure that I'm fixing what I'm owning up to. I know I have a short temper, and I have learned that all I need is space, and I won't talk to someone out of anger. And you know what? I want to applaud you for saying that, because it's one thing to be a certain way and know it versus be a certain way and be in denial or expecting the whole world to accept that because that's just how you are. Because even if that's just how you are, that does not mean that the things that you say or the way that you move about things doesn't affect another human being and their feelings. So I definitely applaud you for just like admitting, like, you know what, I have a bad habit of, how I react to situations, or I have a bad habit of how I talk to people if I feel the slightest bit of miscommunication versus trying to have a deeper understanding of what that person may have even meant, and if they were even trying to trigger you or not. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of power in controlling how you respond in situations. There is so much power in controlling how you respond, because if someone knows they can make you mad, you know what I mean, they're gonna throw that low ball. They're gonna throw that low punch. You know what I'm saying? But if someone says something in hopes of really hurting your feelings, and you can take that and revert that and send it back in the most just like melancholy way, you have won, because no one deserves the opportunity to control your energy. So it's like, I can't say it enough. There's just so much power in knowing how to control how you react to situations. It's going to show how you work under pressure, if that makes sense. So yeah, and I'm going to do 2 more. I honestly think I am a good person to date. I definitely have some things to work on, but I am definitely self-aware. Then someone said, at this moment in my life, no, due to showing myself the love I deserve by showing up for myself and keeping my word to myself, I believe that once I reach the goals to obtain that in my life, I can provide this great love to my person once he is ready as well. Aww. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's funny. That holds a lot of power too. That statement right there holds a lot of power, because I feel like also, and I you know, I'm done some of the things that I'm saying like are not good. It's like you find yourself trying to fill a void or trying to find happiness elsewhere, when really it starts in here. And it's like, if you cannot be happy for yourself, if you cannot love yourself, you really cannot love anybody else. And that is the wholehearted truth. Because how can you take care of someone else if you can't take pride in you, when you are all that you have, and no one is going to love you like you love you? So it really does start inward out. And I've definitely been in a situation where I was like, you know what? And I've literally been in that in that space where I'm just like, I'm not where I want to be, whether it be financially, whether it be mentally, physically, just any aspect, spiritually. If I'm not where I am comfortable, if I'm in a very rocky spot, or if I'm too uncomfortable with what I have going on, I cannot disperse my energy here, and there. Like, I can't focus on that. Like, I'm not going to be able to exude my best self, if that makes sense. I'm not going to be able to, like, radiate in the way that I want to. My energy is going to be off. It's not going to be just pure. So, I get that. Okay, so we are done with the questions. Now we're going to deep dive into just kind of what I feel about dating. So, how do I want to start this? For me, I feel like I said, dating someone and simply dating are 2 different things. I would say if you're dating someone exclusively, you are trying to lead that down a path of companionship. If you are simply dating, you're just getting to know yourself, getting to know others, and see what you dislike and what you do like. So that when the time comes, if you are ready to settle down or find someone and you don't want things to just be as casual, you kind of have an idea of what type of person you need in your life. So that's how I look at it. Now, for me, the best dating experience I ever had, I wouldn't say it was like one particular date. I think just a person I dated, I just always had fun. No matter what we did, it was just like energy. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it was necessarily what we did. It was just like the feeling that I got every time we did something together. It was just like full of energy, super fun, never a dull moment, laughs, and just like genuine moments. Like, so that would have to be like number 1 date for me. My worst dating experience would have to, I haven't had like a horrible dating experience, but I did have one dating experience where it was just like, I didn't really like the guy, like, but I was trying to give it a chance. I was trying to give him a chance because he didn't present himself as a bad dude, but I'm like, I don't really know. He kept asking me to dinner. I said, okay. We went to dinner, and the way he's just kind of talking, you know, is just kind of coming off arrogant, and I'm not into that. Like, I'm not into like the arrogance. I'm not into like the super into like yourself. Like, no, that's not the type of man I like. And I feel like he was only doing that because he had a specific perception of me. So maybe he felt like he had to overcompensate in certain areas instead of just truly being himself. So that right there was like a red flag. By the end of the day, I found out he had 2 kids, which he did not tell me, and then one of which he was not taking care of. And one thing about me, yo, I hate when I meet guys and they're like, oh yeah, I got a kid, whatever, but I don't get to see this one because their mom this and their mom's that, and they don't live here, and blase skip. And then my question is, oh, have you went downtown? Have you went to the courts to, see how to get, visitation rights to your kids, or you figure something out? Oh, well, yeah, I was supposed to be doing that. When you get the stammering around, it automatically, it's like out the window. I don't play the whole not involved dad thing. Like, men, to me, will find an excuse as to why things aren't convenient for them. So when it's not convenient, then it's someone else's fault as to why they're not with their child. And that just blows my mind, because if you really cared about your kid, if you really cared about making sure y'all have that connection and that bond, and making sure that your kid doesn't miss out on a parent, and that you don't affect their entire livelihood by not being there, you would take the necessary steps to go be in that kid's life. So when he did that, girl, I just, no. It was just like a no-brainer. Like, nope, I can't. So then, by the end of the date or whatever, I'm kind of just like, he's like, oh, day number 2. And I'm just like, I don't really know about that. I'm such an open, honest person. Like, anybody would tell you, I'm like, I don't really know about that. And I will call you out. I will. So by the end of the date or whatever, we're walking out, and he goes to like hug me, and I don't hug him back. Like, I do, like, I kind of like, oh. And so my arms like this, and he literally like hugs me, and he starts to like rock back and forth. And I'm just like, could you, like, get off? Like, it just gave me the ick, because it was just like, I'm really not feeling you. You just said some BS, and you were just BSing the whole date, trying to overcompensate, and then you don't have your kid. No brainer. And this is before I even had a child. Like, I just don't play those games. So, and then it's like, why are you trying to hug me so intensely in front of people in public? I don't know, boy. Stop. Like, no, it was just too much. So yeah, there's that. And then, how was dating now? Let me give y'all a story time. So, boom. There's this guy, and I'm not going to say his name, because, no, you're not. So, basically, I got stood up on a date that someone else asked me to go to. And it was just so strange to me, because I've never been in that type of situation where somebody wants to make plans with me. We finally make the plans, and then when it comes down to it, they completely went ghost. As if I was chasing them or something, or I was pressuring the situation, or like, you know what I mean? It was just really weird. And I was just really confused, because it's like nothing happened to my knowledge. I don't know, maybe he don't got a car, maybe he ain't really got the money or something, but it was just weird. And like, me and one of my girlies was talking, and it was just like, I hate when men flatter themselves. It's so like, ew, like, don't flatter yourself. Like, I don't know if you thought because you were taking me to dinner, like, you were doing something like extravagant, you were going to give me an experience that I was going to be able to give myself, but I wanted to enjoy a dinner with you because you asked me. But to just cold turkey cancel without even saying that